guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is still Anu Adidire, and if this is your first time joining us, welcome. We talk about faith, motherhood, relationship, life matters, and loads more. Today, this face is very familiar, right? Because we recorded everything about RASP, all you need to know about RASPs, and you have to go check out that video. I'm going to be linking it up here and also in the description. And she's a financial advisor, so if you actually want to talk to her, I will put in her email address also in the description so that you can have a chat to her and talk about everything money. But today we're going to be having a relaxing and chill conversation because we're talking about us moms being moms. And I remember telling her that I wanted to hear her experience being a mom, giving birth in Nigeria and also giving birth here. And for those that have not watched my delivery story, make sure that you check out also in the description. And I'm also going to link it somewhere up here, somewhere there. I'm going to watch out also for that particular video. I was able to share with you my delivery story, but for a very funny reason, for someone that gave birth in Calgary, our experience was actually different for me that gave birth here in Edmonton. And I'm like, you know what? Instead of actually talking about two people that gave birth in Canada, I want to talk with someone who was giving birth in Nigeria and also giving birth here in Canada. So tell the people a little bit about yourself. When you got married, how's life been with you coming from Nigeria down here? And we'll go into the conversation.
Okay, Olayinka Oyedeji. Anu, thank you for having me on your show again. Okay, but not today. I'm talking about money. Okay. Yeah, okay. So thank you, Anu. And I'm first a scientist. I always say that. Because the PhD is not for fun, right? Yes, so then a financial advisor and other things in between. Then I'm a mother of two lovely children. One was born in Nigeria and the other one in Canada. Got married 7 years ago and moved to Canada 2019. So it's been wonderful, and the birth experiences for both, watch out.
Oh my God. You know, the funny thing is, I've seen a lot of people actually say, oh, the system in Nigeria was better. They had a community. They were able to manage around. But tell us a little bit about your first pregnancy, how it was like for you. What were the conditions around it? And how you now navigate yourself here in Canada and what they call it. And now you give birth here. And the way it's working right now, because you're 5 months postpartum. So how has it been different 5 months postpartum then and now? So tell us a little bit of that journey from then.
Oh, okay. So Nigeria experience. The antenatal process was fine. I used the government hospital. I was scared at first. I don't know if I should mention the name of the hospital. UCH. I was scared at first because people were like, oh, UCH is for the final cases, when there is no other choice. That's why people go to UCH, and they have a lot of issues.
So for those that don't know, UCH is University College Hospital Ibadan. Thank you.
Okay, but when I got there, yeah, we have lots of people, definitely, and they have all these queues and all of that. But we went through the antenatal clinics, and it's always fun in Nigeria. When you sing, you dance, you do exercise, you meet people, you guys go and eat amala together.
Bro,
all those.
I did mine alone.
You have fun with the antenatal clinic in Nigeria. And then when it was 4 weeks, about a month to my EDD, the residents went on strike. One thing that will not happen here, right? So the residents went on strike, so we started looking for alternatives. So we had to register in a private clinic that, okay, if they don't resume, I can always use the private clinic. But to God, that was nice that the residents resumed just a week before my EDD. And during the journey, it was very smooth. I was going to work. I was, in fact, very energetic. Everything was very good. But at the till end, like at the end of everything, I got to the clinic, I got to the hospital that day, and I thought my water burst, but I think it was just God prompting us to go to the hospital. So I got there and they took my BP and they told me my BP was 170, 110. And I was like, 170, 110. The nurse looked at me and said, have I fainted before? I said, faint, no. She said, can I see properly? Like, is everything blurry? Am I fine? I said, yes, I can see you. That, okay, that do I take long walks? I said, oh, you even want to know? My husband and I, we trekked, if you know Ibadan well, we trekked from that General Gas to Kolakpo Ishola.
What
Yeah.
was wrong?
No, because you know when you're about giving birth, you just in Nigeria.
I guess, but that was a long walk.
Yeah, technically you'll be like, oh, you need to be up and doing, all of that. The sedentary lifestyle will not pay you at that point. So, but that 170, 110, that they checked the protein in my urine and it was 3 pluses. So, and the funny thing is, the private hospital that I used, definitely they'll check your urine and they'll check your sugar level, right, at every antenatal. They told me that I was fine there. So that's why, in a way, I'm kind of weary of private hospitals in Nigeria. I'll still prefer, if you can go through all the wahala, I'll prefer you going to a government hospital. So, and that was when they told me, okay, it was preeclampsia. And when I read about it, like, thank you, Jesus. People say different stories. But at that time, so the doctor and the nurse were like, why did you now come today? I was like, oh, my water burst. And they were like, your water did not burst.
So you thought, okay, my water, okay. When they say, okay, there are two things that you had your water had broken at home, or it breaks at home, or you come to the hospital and they break your water.
Yeah.
So for you thought, oh, mine has broken, so let me just
go
come
to the hospital. But not only that, was just God nudging us to go. So they were like, okay, maybe we should induce you. Maybe you can still do it. I don't know. Whoever created that induction, good luck to you, because it is not fair. I turned to almost a mad woman, because I don't know people's experiences with induction, but that's not the story for today. So they induced me, and thankfully, because people kept wondering, thankfully, this thing that they used to, the machine that they use in monitoring babies' heartbeats here in Canada, they actually gave me UCH
to take home.
No, like they used it for me. They told me to stay in the
nice.
And they used it. It was doing all the graphs, printing all the graphs. In fact, people were surprised at the end. They're like, seriously, they have it. They're like, okay, they have a few, but thank God I used it. So it was, because if they didn't do that, the baby was getting tired.
And guys, that girl right now has more energy than me.
So the heartbeat was so fast, and she was getting tired. She needed oxygen and all of that. So the inducing whatever we didn't even wait for it. So it was just emergency CS.
Wow.
But good. Yeah, the CS went well. The anesthetist, and they did the whole thing, and everything was fine within few minutes. Congratulations, thank God. But the thing about preeclampsia is your swelling. Like, my legs were really swollen, and I had the IBP because of that. Preeclampsia was still there, and they didn't want me to go. And I remember I cried, because they told me that if they don't discharge me on a Friday, then I'll have to wait till the Monday before I'm discharged, and naming was Sunday. I was crying. I already have dress.
Can you imagine this woman? She was not concerned about her own health. She was concerned about party.
But I quickly used my medication. In fact, nurse was telling me, oh, you are using it because you want, when you do your vitals, you want your BP to go down, right? I said, I'm fine. Good. Anyway, they discharged me. Wow. and I went for the naming and all of that. So postpartum was good. You always have people around. My mom was around. My mother-in-law was around. I was not doing anything. I was just lounging. My mom-in-law would have cleaned the house. My food, everything is set. So postpartum, very nice. And I went back to work almost immediately because I was doing my PhD then. So I started my field work again 3 weeks after.
Wait, what?
Yeah, 3 weeks after. I went back to the
guys.
field.
I couldn't even sit down for the first 6 weeks. Like if I sit down, do like this. I'm like, I remember when I went to church for Thanksgiving, I was literally like this, or I sit like by the. And I think the worst for me was the healing. So when and this is a video that I made, which I was talking about the healing. It's not even like, for me, it's not even the stitch. Is that when it's healing, it's now itching you, but you can't do anything, and you're just like.
Then you sit, scream, and proper.
Oh my god. So
yeah.
So fast forward. So you went straight back into school, were doing all your schoolwork, but you had that community. The baby was not with you, probably with grandma and stuff like that. So versus now that you gave birth in Canada, what's your Canadian experience for your delivery? Pregnancy into delivery.
Yeah, into delivery. So Canada's one is different. When we realized that, okay, I was pregnant, I went to my doctor and I just told my doctor that, okay, I'm pregnant. I was like, okay. Like in Nigeria, they told you to go and do pregnancy tests, even though you said you are pregnant and you've done pregnancy tests yourself. But, they still want to confirm.
Yeah.
But my doctor was like, okay, that's good. And, definitely once you get into Canada, when you get your family doctor, you must have done some blood work so they know your previous experience, your medical history.
Thank you for saying that. That's one thing I really appreciate about the system here. And that's because if I go to Ontario, if I go to like Saskatchewan, like they can always trace my record compared to Nigeria. Every time I went to a new hospital, they were opening a new file for me and they didn't know whatever I had taken or whatever I had done in the previous hospital. So I think that's what I really appreciate about this place.
Yeah, so that's one of the things that makes everything flawless and seamless here, because there's record and it's on the database. Like, it's not a file that maybe something happens, gets burnt, or water takes away, or somebody steals it. It's on the database. So they just log in and they see everything about you. You go to a new person, they log in and they see everything about you. Okay, so we started that, and he later referred me to a gynecologist. I did blood work before going to the gynecologist. Yeah, I did blood work then. And funny enough, that was when they told me then that I don't have immunization against measles. And I was like, I got it in Nigeria. In fact, I called my parents that I got it in Nigeria now. They said yes, maybe it's expired something now. Because that's what they told me.
So I remember, I actually agree with them, because I remember that when I was younger, the immunization mark everybody has.
Yeah.
I never had it.
Okay.
So I remember that they said there was a particular year range. Is it, I think, between 89 and 93 in Ibadan. So many kids they gave birth to in Ibadan. Some of the immunization kits they gave them, I don't know if it's true, so don't quote me.
So, but kind of
that it expired. Oh. So a lot of kids didn't have that mark, or like so I actually took another set of immunization when I was in so GS3 will be grade 9 in Canada. So I actually just took everything again before I left for Canada.
So just imagine.
So it could be true.
So it was funny here. I'm like, wow. But what I want to point out is that's technology. Like for them to go detect that in my blood. And why they're doing that is because of the child. Because, just in case I'm exposed, because what I don't have, I can't give to her in my tummy again. So that protection was what they were after. And I was like, wow, this is so nice. Like, there were so many things they did in the blood work. I was like, these people are really after the good health of the mother and of the child. So let's compare. So then I got to the gynecologist, regular checkup. But one thing I missed, just like what I said, right, is the singing, the dancing. Here, you just go to your doctor. They'll just do the vitals.
But the difference here is that you were doing your antenatal during COVID.
Mm-hmm.
So nobody could even. It was even worse because your spouse couldn't even follow you to the clinic.
It was just me. But but at the end of the day, because I didn't really have issues, I could have waited for maybe 30 minutes or 40 minutes, and my doctor might not see me for more than 5 minutes. We just check, and that's all. Yeah. So
that's another thing that I personally don't like here.
Yeah.
Because I remember then in Nigeria, if they tell you, even though I remember then when you go to ENT and eye, you will wait for a long time before you see the doctor.
Yeah.
But here they will want to give you the appointments. I will not sit down in the office for over 20 minutes before you now come. That thing pisses me off. Doctors that come late, I'm watching you.
Yeah. Okay, so fast forward to when it was almost... Mama, you don't want me to talk about you?
She's like, I'm done. Don't talk about me. I'm so done. Hey, Mama, come. Yeah, let me sing for you.
Okay, so fast forward to when it was almost delivery, and we realized that we have a big baby. So at 39 weeks, she was already like 4 kg. So my doctor just advised that, okay, since my firstborn was also a CS, I haven't had a vaginal birth before, that I know with the size, definitely I'll have some form of tear, that I could just go in for a CS. So now I can really compare CS in Nigeria with CS in Canada.
And this is the big baby.
Yeah. So CS then, so now CS in Canada. A day before the date for the CS, I was already called. I was prepped. That's what we call plan. So comparison, plan. Canada has all that, because they called me, they told me the things I should eat, the things I should not eat, what time to get there. They already labeled everything. Like, it was just seamless. It was really planned. And we got there that day, everything just like what they told us a day before. It was just like that. And by the time they told us that the doctor would start the CS was the exact time the doctor got in. Wow. Seriously, like it was like a film playing out. Wow. Because the doctor just got in, and that was the time he did the whole thing. 15 minutes? Maybe 7 minutes. It was over. Now the feeling for the anesthesia that was given in Nigeria, you can't stand up for 24 hours. Like, you can't even lift your head for 24 hours. But here, like, immediately I was lifting my head. Before the end of that day, I was walking around, going to the loo myself. Wow. If you remember, I was the one that was called that. Because in Nigeria, no way. I was just but here I was already active. Wow. So I don't know the technology they used that it was so fast and everything was very quick. Then the care at the hospital was fantastic. Nurses too in Nigeria, they can be nice.
Some can be angels, and some can be. It's everywhere. I don't think it's just Nigeria, because I've met some nurses even here where I give birth, and for me, it was so bad that I was on delivery bed for 2-3 days. Like where I give birth, that same bed. So for me, I didn't like that experience. But the truth is, I think it's just human beings. There are some people that are amazing nurses. You actually want to give birth again in that hospital because of the nurse, right? Compared to some other nurses that you don't even want to see them in your area because of their character or whatnot. So I think my question in my head is, for you, looking back at let's talk about the new mom here.
Oh, okay. So now, one is, for you to survive here, even if your family, they are not with you, you still need that community. Maybe community in your church or in your religious space, or with, you get friends around you. Because, unlike what I said, in Nigeria, I had my mom, my mother-in-law, we had family all around. But for Canada, you need a community, because my mom was not here with me, my mother-in-law was not here with me. But the good part, let me say the good part is there's paternity leave here in Canada. So my husband took the 5 weeks paternity leave to be able to, stay with us and help in the family. Unlike Nigeria, you don't have that paternity leave. And there's also the 1 year maternity leave, or you could even take up to 18 months. While in Nigeria, I had to still go back 3 weeks. Nobody really, the max they will give you in Nigeria, maybe 3 months.
Yeah.
So for community, Nigeria, I would say Nigeria, you have all the community. People always come around to help you. Here, if you're not careful, people fall into depression if you don't have people around you helping you.
Plus it being COVID again.
Then, because I think for me it was still okay because it was my second child, so I had a bit of experience on what to do. But imagine a first-time mom, COVID, nobody to help. I have friends that they told us that, when the baby is crying at night, the mom too will be crying because she doesn't even know what to do, right? But if it was in Nigeria, you would have one, even if they're only your mother, you have one mama that will explain, it's not like that, things like. So the community might really be an issue, but don't look at that negative side and say, there's no community. You have to also become friendly, not just with people of your same color or from your nationality. Have people around you, people that you can always get in touch with, and you can read books. And children, they don't come with manuals, so you just you learn by the day, you learn on the job. Just, it's a journey, so enjoy the journey. That's what I would say.
And for me, one of the things that I really, really appreciate, I'm trying to look for the book. I don't think I have it here. One of the things I really appreciate about here is that they give you books. There's this book they give you till your baby is a toddler. Okay, give me 1 second, guys. Yes. So they give you this book. I hope you can see this book. So they give you this book, and I was able to, I'm able to actually sit on the early years. So I'm able to see what to expect for feeding my child, to everyday growth, to teething, how I should brush. So he said like now it shows, even this is actually even more than what I use. I only just rub the thing on the head of the toothpaste. I actually don't use this much, but it shows, yes, but it shows that one is even flora. So for me, it's important for you to actually have a community, like you said, but also reach out to people. I told someone today, it's not like I have a lot of friends that are moms in Canada or whatnot. A lot of my friends are single ladies and are enjoying themselves, and they're gonna get married and have their own kids in Jesus' name. But for me, the thing is, speak out. In Canada, if you don't talk, you won't know anything. You won't know when an opportunity will pass you by. So I think that it's important to actually do that. And like you can hear and you can see, our baby is already telling us to round up. But I'm sure you enjoyed this video. Tell us in the comments section your own birth experience or your own delivery experience, whether you had one in Nigeria or Canada or whatever part of the world you are. And if you want to see Olayinka's face again on the channel, make sure that you put also in the link. Also put it in the comment section and let us know and let me know if you want to see her again. You want to see her again. Till we see you on another episode or another video or whichever one it is. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Till we see you next time. Bye.